Hold up.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Fox098 here, and welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today on my channel. Today we are back with my F1 2016 Career Modes Season 5 Part 6 now here for the Monaco Grand Prix. If you guys do enjoy today's video, don't forget to drop a like on this video. That'd be absolutely awesome. And if you don't mind subscribing as well, that will mean even more. And don't forget, if you have subscribed, don't forget to click that bell button so that you get instant notifications when I upload a video. But of course, since YouTube is more unreliable than McLaren Honda in pre-season testing, it probably won't notify you straight away. Anyway, guys, as you can see there in the vehicle performance comparison chart, we're still sitting 4th where we have been for the entire season, but we're much closer to our rivals. And here in Monaco is a perfect chance for us to get a victory because, as you've seen from everyone's career modes, it's always the best track to get a possible good run around it. But anyway, in terms of all that, if you guys haven't watched yesterday's episode as well, yesterday was the Subscriber Championship driver transfer window where you guys can find out where people have moved. And you'll be able to see what goes on ready for this Sunday for the Grand Prix that I'm not telling you about because I'm keeping it secret because I'm horrible and I'm never going to be that nice. And also just wanted to state as well that I did a thank you for 1K subscribers video the other day. And I just wanted to say that I am doing a Q&A in celebration, really, for it. So if you guys have sent in some questions, I have gone through and started to copy and paste those questions so I don't forget them. But if you guys have not seen that video, maybe because you just haven't watched it because it's not an F1 video, maybe, and you wanted to potentially ask some questions for a Q&A, drop them in the comment section down below, and I'll try and I'll go through all of them and answer the questions that you guys have sent in to me, which I'll probably release on like Sunday. Is probably the most obvious day probably for me to do it because I don't tend to upload on a Sunday, so I'll probably upload that just before I get ready to kick everyone's asses in the sub-champ. I'm joking. I'm joking. But anyway, then, as you can see, we are now into qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix, and we're going to be trying to see if we can get pole position here. We're going to be tucking in nice and tight there, and we set the fastest lap, but of course, it's only Alonso in front of us, so of course, we'll probably, yeah, both Rosberg and Hamilton did get in front of us. A bit of a close qualifying session. Bottas a little bit down the order, which is kind of a bit annoying for me. He hasn't really been performing as much in the Williams car, but at least we are doing well towards this back end of the session. Now into Q2 we go, and again we're coming in down the back straight now, the pit straight even, and across the line, actually slower than Max Verstappen's lap. It was a bit of a scruffy lap, and it did drop me actually down to 5th. Now I knew there was a lot more potential in the car than what that showed, so I wasn't too nervous for Q3, but I was a little bit, because I knew I really need to get the hammer down and make sure my lap was absolutely perfect in order to take it. So into Q3 we go, round the final corner and onto the pit straight. Daniel Ricciardo is actually on pole position for the Monaco Grand Prix. But as we come across the line, we actually do set a quicker lap than what Ricciardo set, and eventually I do believe that it is going to be pole position for the Monaco Grand Prix. A very close qualifying session between the lot of us, but at the end of the day, we managed to get pole position. We kept ourselves composed on the final lap then that we did, and it was a very good lap indeed. And that is us safely on pole position and in a prime position already for this Monaco Grand Prix, because it's so hard to overtake around Monaco that we did very, very well. Stacking up the resource points, and also now with the rivalry of Lewis Hamilton getting very close to beating Hamilton. In fact, we're drawing at this stage. We're going to listen to the session objectives, and then what we're going to do is we're getting to the main event, which of course is the race for the Monaco Grand Prix.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. It's Williams in pole position then, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Alonso, Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, and Rosberg, Verstappen, Bottas, Raikkonen, and Jenson Button, Magnussen, Perez, Nico Hulkenberg, and Kvyat, Grosjean, Gutierrez, Carlos Sainz, and Rio Haryanto, Wehrlein, and Palmer, Marcus Ericsson, and Felipe Nasser starts from the back of the grid. And now, it's time to head down to the track.
Alright then, guys, as you can see, we are now here on the grid for the Monaco Grand Prix, and it's going to be a simple one-stop strategy, which is basically how the Monaco Grand Prix always goes. So we're going to be starting on the ultra soft tyres and then making the switch to the super soft tyres ready for the end of the race, as tyre deck is all but not here around Monaco. So as you can see, we're onto the formation lap. Crucially, Lewis Hamilton's actually on a set of super soft tyres, so he's going to be going longer on his first stint than I am, and then it's going to be interesting to see what he does at the end of the race and what tyre he goes on. But anyway, as you can see, we're on the grid here for the Monaco Grand Prix. We've got 5 red lights here for the Monaco Grand Prix, and it's lights out, and here we go for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's a good start from us, actually, in our car. Hamilton getting an okay start as well, but of course, he is on those super soft tyres, and Alonso started third in this race, and is still third. This is a really weird career mode already. As you can see, coming up the hill now, as you can see here, towards Massenet now, getting that nice and sorted there. Hamilton just behind us as we duck into Casino Square, nice and good, and it's a very clean start from us here, as we now brake hard down into Mirabeau, and Hamilton is just a little bit behind us. Alonso is next in third, and there's a little bit of a gap already between someone in fourth, and then I believe that's my teammate Bottas in fifth in the Grand Prix. So very interesting to see them a little bit far back in this Grand Prix here, as we now make our way around those for the selection of corners, as we now go through the tunnel here with Hamilton in the back end behind me as I actually hit the wall. Oops, my bad. Too bad my car's invincible and I don't get damaged for it somehow. As you can see then, coming through into the Nouvelle chicane, nice and clean and nice and calm and collected, and we get fourth. On to lap 2 of the Grand Prix now, and as you can see, the gap is already increasing between myself and Hamilton out front, and we go and set the fastest lap of the race, which is kind of inevitable as we are on lap 2, and the gap is already 2 seconds in this Grand Prix, so I am lighting up the timing sheets, and lap 14 of the Grand Prix, yeah, we're coming into the pits already, lap 14, and we're into the pits. Yes, it's the problem with the Monaco Grand Prix. I should have said this at the start, but this Monaco Grand Prix wasn't exactly entertaining, should I say. Anyway, Lewis Hamilton's actually, strangely enough, Hamilton's coming to the pits as well, and he's on a set of the soft tyres. So, let me hear this out. So, Hamilton went onto a set of the super soft tyres to start the race. So, theoretically, he should have gone longer and gone onto ultra softs. Instead, he's been on a slower compound than me at the start of the race, and now he's pitted for an even slower compound again. So, I don't know what Hamilton's doing, and he's stuck behind Perez, which most likely, because the AIs don't know how to pass around Monaco, he's going to get stuck behind him, and that's just going to leave me to just fly off into the distance. On to lap 16 of the Grand Prix, and the gap is increasing ever so more between myself and Hamilton, and we go and set another fastest lap of the race as we start to assert basically utter dominance in this Grand Prix. On to lap 21 of the Grand Prix, and yeah, I thought I would just try and include some action here. So we go down the inside of Felipe Nasser. What a move there. Blue flags. Oh, wait, never mind. It didn't make a difference. But yeah, onto the... Yeah, this is embarrassing now. On to lap 22, and we're onto the back of Rio Haryanto now. So a very good scrap here between myself and Rio. And look at the straight line speed of the Williams going flying through that Monaco car. Really close and back. Great stuff there between myself and Haryanto. It was amazing. And now attacking Marcus Ericsson in the Sauber. Round the outside we go. What a move there against the Sauber. But it's blue flag situations. But... just trying to make this entertaining for you guys. Onto the back of Jolyon Palmer now. This is going to be a pretty interesting one. Palmer's been very, very quick. You know that. He's going to go straight on the defensive here. We're going to go round the outside through to back. What a move there against Jolyon Palmer. Ignore that blue flag because that wasn't relevant there. And that is a brilliant move around the outside of Palmer. What an overtake that was. And I was really happy to have that one sorted. On to lap 35 of the Grand Prix now, there's some yellow flags down at the Nouvelle chicane, which is a rather interesting scenario. And I don't know who's behind me, but they're really giving me an absolute battle in this Monaco Grand Prix. But I'm not sure what the yellow flags were, but keep an eye on those, because I'm not sure why they're there, and I was kind of interested, but I carried on nonetheless. And what I was going to do at the end of the race was go and find that clip of what was going on there. So as you can see, oh, Magnussen's out of the Monaco Grand Prix. Something's happened here. And as you can see, we're going to... Oh, hang on. Who's that? Someone's going rather slowly through the... It's Vettel. Vettel's got... Oh, okay. What is Vettel doing? Well, oh, and the Toro Rosso's just been molested. Oh, Vettel's got a puncture on the front left. Magnussen's coming on through. He's about to make... Oh, and Vettel just literally says, screw you, bitch. I ain't letting you through. That reminds me of Sub-Championship, that does. That does remind me of Sub-Championship sometimes. But anyway, that was a really weird one. And actually what that's done is brought up the safety car. So something happened in this Monaco Grand Prix. A safety car is coming out. And I actually took the advantage of this to go and not only have the worst pit entry in the Monaco Grand Prix ever, but I'm actually going to go and pit for a set of ultra soft tyres. A nice fresh set of ultra softs to go and blast it to the end of the race. Because my super soft tyres were starting to fall off just a little bit. Not too much, but I was struggling to go through to back in the swimming pool section on my set of super soft, which of course were understeery and there's no room for error. So what I decided to do is go into a set of the ultra soft tyres. So now Hamilton and Ricciardo may not pit, I don't know. And then I'll be on a fresh set of ultra soft tyres. and I can waltz off into the distance again like I have done in this entire Grand Prix because it's been so entertaining. Anyway, as you can see, the safety car is coming in now, and we're going to be back up to racing speed. And the fun thing about the safety car in Monaco is you can actually keep right up with the safety car and gain a little bit of time. That's exactly what I did, because I could, and I did. And as you can see here, we've got green flag racing now on lap 37, and we're going to be moving on to lap 38 of the Monaco Grand Prix, and we've got 2 laps to go now in this race, and the gap between myself and Hamilton is something which I can't see because I'm blind. And then we're going to be carrying onwards, and we're on a set of ultra soft tyres. Hamilton is on a set of old softs. I'm on fresh ultra softs, so we're just going to waltz off into the distance and just basically repeat what happened in this entire Grand Prix, really. But as you can see, we're going to just keep it going. So as you can see, going purple in the first sector by a massive, like, 3 seconds or something like that. I don't really know. I'm blind again, still. Anyway, as you can see, now into the Lowe's hairpin. Very, very tight there, and a lot of people have been complaining about how they can't get that hairpin right, and that they have to clip the curb. I never clip the curb, and I still get that corner right. Not trying to brag or anything, but I don't know. But there's a yellow flag behind us, so someone's obviously hit the wall going out of the exit of Mirabeau, or trying to make an overtake. But into the Nouvelle chicane we go. That was not a corner cut at all. That was very well executed. And moving onwards to what is probably the hardest part of the circuit for me to drive anyway, is this part, to back and then the entrance into the swimming pool section, as I always make mistakes there. But luckily this time around, I did that nice and perfect there. And we're coming towards Rascasse corner now, and that's nice and done. Finally towards Antonino's. And then onto the pit straight for the final lap of the Grand Prix. And as you can see, it's been a very, very difficult Grand Prix for myself. A lot of action, especially with the Saubers and the Manners. And we're going through and set the fastest lap of the race by a comfortable margin there, as we're onto the final lap of this Monaco Grand Prix. And we're just going to show it around because I have no other footage to show, really. This Monaco Grand Prix was basically, I might as well say it now, I'm sorry, but Monaco Grand Prix is boring, and I've hated the Monaco Grand Prix ever since I've started watching F1. Yes, it's got glitz and glamour and sexy-ass women and some boats and some hardcore champagne and some big-ass partying and some sexy pools, but they don't have a good track, and it provides racing like this, where the Monaco Grand Prix has nothing to show for it. You can't overtake. I'm off into the distance. I don't know why I'm so dominant in this race, but I just was. And yeah, that's really it. There's nothing else to show, really. This is probably the first time ever that I've actually become dominant in the Monaco Grand Prix, because all I do is blow up every time. But towards the back again, nice and clean, and again through the swim pool. We've gone purple again in this middle sector. We're going even faster on these set of ultra soft tyres, and coming towards Rascasse now, around the final corner, to what is going to be the win, I guess. Yeah, this happened. On towards the final back straight then, and that is going to be it, guys, for this Monaco Grand Prix. We set the fastest lap on the final lap, and that is P1, which I'm not complaining about, because of course I'd rather have a nice easy race, but I'd rather not have an easy race to try and get some entertainment for you guys. But we had some incredible battles with the Saubers and the Manners going through up towards up the hill and towards Massenet. Some really great overtakes. We went round the outside of Jolyon Palmer through to back, which you just never see in racing. And there was a safety car as well. Incredible stuff. Vettel had a puncture and blew up Magnussen and said, "Stuff you, mate." But yeah, overall, the Monaco Grand Prix is just one of those tracks where limited overtaking, qualifying means more than the race, and if you can hold off, you can hold off, and that was kind of it, really. So yeah, that was that. So that's Monaco Grand Prix done and dusted. So if you guys did enjoy the video nonetheless and thought it was, I tried to make it entertaining, okay? I tried, because the race itself wasn't entertaining, so I thought I would take matters into my own hands. But anyway, as you can see, we got the victory ahead of Hamilton. Bottas, my teammate, down in 6th. So still not performing as well as I would have wanted him to. And there are those guys that were not a lap down. We were battling really hard for position there. In the driver's standings, we increased our lead over Max Verstappen after, I believe, he got 3rd or 4th in the race. And we are still picking up some very consistent podiums in this career mode. And that is us comfortably in the lead of the driver's standings. And in the constructor standings, we are also still in the lead of that. I think Red Bull closed in on us because of Bottas's performance. But again, I'm not 100% sure. But guys, that is going to wrap it up for this Monaco Grand Prix. And we are going to be making some significant upgrades come the Canadian Grand Prix. First of all, we beat Hamilton in the driver rivalry, which is awesome. And second of all, we're going to be making some serious upgrades for the Canadian Grand Prix. We haven't made an upgrade in 3 races now. So I thought the time is right to make some upgrades. So we're going to go and upgrade the engine and the drag on the car straight up. And we'll be ready for some fast, high-speed circuits. But until then, guys, I'll see you next time. Take care all. Peace.